Hey-o, guys! Time for me to deliver you with another little video. Not any predictions or reviews, just gonna be a straight little video just voicing my opinion on some topics. So, Raw last week. Wow, what a piece of shit that was. That was one of the worst Raws I've ever seen. And I just could tell that when the rating came in, I knew it would be a letdown from what they got the week before that. And it was. Raw got a 3.0 this week. Last week it was a 3.1, which is bad. And that sucks because WWE, they were putting a lot of emphasis into this money giveaway, and it didn't turn out to be a success. Like, who could have thought that giving away money was something boring? Like, if you watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or any of those type of shows, Family Feud, you know, it's always exciting for someone to have a chance to win all this money. But in this case, it wasn't. Vince just did it so boring and slow. To me, this thing just reminds me of back in 1995 at the first In Your House pay-per-view when they were giving away a house, and, you know, Pettengill and Stephanie Wyan, they picked that mail out and they couldn't even get the phone right to work. It's just one of those things that it's like, I don't really like that. I really don't think it's gonna... It didn't. There's nothing you should really watch on Raw. The only thing I would recommend you watch is the Jericho Michaels segment on the highlight reel. That was just so well done. I completely marked out for that. But anything other than that, nothing good at all. Then let's move over to the other mainstream company, TNA. TNA, they've got their X Cup underway, and I gotta say, it was a smashing success. It's starting out to be a smashing success. Yeah, I mean, to guys who watch, you know, a lot of Puro and stuff, it was kind of sad to see, you know, the Doi and Yoshino versus the Guns match kind of be a little slower and stuff, but that's because, you know, it's mainstream, we all knew that. But still, it's going to be great. For a first-time, a true TNA fan, or, you know, just a casual fan who flips between WWE and TNA, it's going to be something great for you. This is something that's going to be great for you to tune in, because you know you're going to have some great wrestling. I mean, great match last night. I probably gave that one three stars or so. I mean, that was just a great little fun match. The Curryman Alex Kozlov match was a good comedy match. It wasn't as great and all, but still, it's teaming up great. And I like how they set it up this year for the X Cup with Team International, which consists of Daivari, Alex Kozlov, as you saw last night, Tyson Dukes, and Doug Williams. I don't know when they will be making their debuts. I know Doug Williams is working TNA while they're over there in the UK, which their tour has just started, which was highly anticipated. Tyson Dukes, I know he's a good wrestler now. I believe he's Canadian. I'm not sure. He's going to be doing good things, and I know Daivari, he's going to shine in there as well. If you've seen Daivari in IWC or, you know, his little run in WWE, that doesn't count really for his in talent, but him in IWC or any really indie, he's doing his thing there. Speaking of Alex Kozlov, I mean, they had a great thing. I mean, it's just only flaw with this, actually, before I get there, the only flaw with the X Cup is the fact that Team Mexico could not get their visas. So the whole team did not get to go over there. So Alex Kozlov was the only one that got to go over, and yeah, he is Mexican, in case you were not aware. He's a Mexican, he works in PWG as well. So, it's just a big shame there. That's why I can only assume they're only preview matches, but still, I'm just looking forward to this whole tournament and all, and I believe the teams that are set up are really, really good, and just let them go, TNA. Don't make them have to work 5-minute, 10-minute matches. Just let them go a lot longer. But tonight, there's something really, really crucial going down in the world of wrestling. Mexico. They're the hotbed of wrestling for the second week, the second time this year, when the WWE and CMLL ran shows together. This week, it's the two big Mexican companies running some big shows. AAA is running their Triple Mania pay-per-view, their version of WrestleMania, with some big talent on there. Not only Mexican talent, but North American talent. You got Bobby Lashley in his second pro wrestling match since his release from WWE. His third will be in the WWC 60th or something, their anniversary show. You also got Bryan Danielson, Jack Evans, and Teddy Hart in there in a teaming together, which is just going to be something great. They're taking on Juventud Guerrera. Who else? I believe Juventud's partners is Ricky Marvin, yeah, and Crazy Boy, and they're also taking on the La Family de Tijuana, so that should be a great match. You also got Vampiro. He's going to be in a hardcore match, which, you know, Vampiro in those type of matches is always good. And you got La Parka Jr. on the show. And the main event is the AAA World Heavyweight title match. Cibernetico, he defends against Zorro, who has Conan in his corner. This should be a great match, and this should be a good show overall. But then you look over at CMLL, they're going head-to-head. They have a good show on as well. They have the return of Dr. Wagner Jr., which is a big thing, one of the best heels in all Libre history. He is making his return to the ring after his suspension. Him, La Sombra, and Voltaire Jr. versus Los Guerreros de Atlantis, which is Atlantis, Rey Bocanegro, Ultimate Guerreros, 3 guys from Team Mexico. So, you know, that's going to be something good there. That should be a great match. And there's another title match. There's a CML Trios title with the finals of a tournament, which is Blue Panther, Dos Caracas Jr., and Mystico versus Hijo del Fantasma and La Mascarada. And the main event is a steel cage where the last man in gets his hair cut. So this should be a great match as well. You got Alex Kozlov in this one, Negro Crasis, Shocker, Mr. Aguila, who is S.A. Rios in the WWF. So, you know, this will be a good night. It's a big thing overall. If I had to pick between the two, I would go with the AAA show just because it is the pay-per-view and they've got some real talent on there, and they're having, it's their biggest show. CMLL is going to have their anniversary show, which is just going to be big, and they're planning some more big things also. So that should be good. Next, I would like to just say my Q&A. I would like you guys to keep sending me questions. I think you kind of got misled with when I said my last time that I didn't want any questions on WWE and TNA. No, I still want some, but I don't want like a basic question. Like a wrestler, or who, do you prefer WWE or TNA? I would like any question basically on stuff you don't know, stuff that, you know, happened backstage and you're not sure of, or, you know, anything really. I still would like, you know, some lucha, some Japan, some indie, anything really, anything on your mind. I mean, it's kind of hard to get that in today, whatever, but I would just like some questions like that. Going to mixed martial arts, Elite XC, they return to have their next big show after their show of the year, the biggest show in MMA history, on CBS. They got Elite XC, the return of the king, headlined by the light heavyweight title match between KJ Noons and Yves Edwards. There will be a prediction video, so I won't go that in depth in this, so please look out for that. And, you know, this is on Showtime, so if you can't view it, find somewhere to get it. This is also available on the Fight Network for free, which is a good thing. Moving on to the indies in pro wrestling here, I mean, ROH has had some big news here. They just added Jerry Lynn to their next show in Chicago Ridge to take on Nigel McGuinness for the Ring of Honor World title. And there's going to be a very intriguing match, Nigel McGuinness versus Adam Pearce for title versus title match, ROH title versus NWA title. So this should be very interesting. I kind of like what they're doing with this. You know, the NWA is trying to really push their title in there. So I think they're trying to get a partnership going where, you know, ROH could bring in some of the NWA guys. Like all the various different territories, maybe the West Coast guys, because, you know, that'd be great exposure for them. So I just see this being, obviously this will end in a no contest and no titles will change, but still, I mean, it's just a big thing. Like, that is the most prestigious title of all time, and it's going to be in ROH. Bryan Danielson, he worked the dark match on the Raw before, where he got the win over, I believe it was Lance Kane. He got the win over Lance Kane in cattle mutilation, which is nice. So that leaves that, you know, Bryan Danielson could go to WWE, which would be interesting because he does have a lot of dates in Mexico, as he is on the show tonight in AAA, as I mentioned already. So, you know, he's got a lot of dates there, and he's got some things coming up. If you read the spoilers or saw the Ring of Honor pay-per-view taping, you know, it looks like they got plans for another Nigel versus Danielson match. So, you know, if he goes to WWE, that would be a real big blow to Ring of Honor because, you know, your career needs to advance, but he is like the glue of ROH that holds it together, so would be a big loss there. And lastly, on the indie scene, we got Chikara starting one of our biggest tournaments of the year. It is the Young Lions Cup, filled with some great lightweights, such as you got Stupefied, you got Jimmy Jam Olsen. They actually have a match tonight, which I am just looking so forward to. This could be a match of the year candidate. You have Creator Wrestler, you have Tim Donst in this. You got a lot of guys. You got Bobby Dempsey, Pele Primo, and Jason Blade from FIP, and a lot of guys from NWA Anarchy. So one of the biggest tournaments of the year, and I think it should be a great thing. Prediction for that tournament will be Lince Dorado, and I think that this will be a great way for Chikar to get out of the, I believe it is the American Legion Hall in Hellertown, one of their last show ever there, which is sad, but still, it's going to be a great show overall. But anyways, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.